best basketball game I ever saw in my life wasn't Duke, Kentucky. It wasn't UNC. It wasn't even Jordan hitting the shot. For me, it was March 14th, 1997. Coppin State versus South Carolina in the NCAA tournament. Most folks might not even remember that game, but I do because my brother Gerald Seaman was on that court. And let me set the scene for you. I was in Navy boot camp at the time, locked into military life, marching, folding clothes, tighter than a bank envelope, getting screened on from sunup to sundown. But on that day, my RDC pulled me aside, looked me in the eye, and let me watch. Secretly. He knew it wasn't just basketball. This was family. This was blood. Coppin State came in as a 15 seed. South Carolina was a 2 seed, fresh off being co-champs of the SEC, ranked number 6 in the nation. They thought Coppin was just another warm-up before the Sweet 16, but Coppin had other plans. It started close, back and forth, both sides, trading buckets. But Coppin was relentless. They defended like their scholarships were on the line. They ran the floor like a track team. And in the second half, they broke the game wide open, scored 54 points in one half. 54 against a top 10 team. By the final whistle, it wasn't just a win, it was a 20-point blowout, 98-78. A 15 seed didn't just sneak by a 2 seed, they ran them out the gym. And there was my brother Gerald holding his own on that stage. Same Gerald who, in high school, was runner-up to Vince Carter for Mr. Basketball in Florida. Yeah, that Vince Carter. Tallahassee already knew he was a baller, but now the whole country saw it. And I'm sitting there in boot camp, chest out, grinning ear to ear, thinking, that's my brother. Back home in Tallahassee, folks were proud. They had their heads high. Like, yeah, that's one of ours, making history. That moment didn't just belong to Coppin State. It belonged to every hometown kid who was told they weren't big enough, weren't ranked high enough, weren't blue blood enough. And Coach Fang Mitchell, still a Baltimore legend, that win cemented his name forever. Because it wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. HBCUs could stand toe-to-toe with anybody. And on the right day, they could send Giants home packing. For me, that game will always be bigger than any top 5 list. Because it wasn't just a Cinderella story. It was family, it was Tallahassee, it was legacy. And to this day, it's still the proudest moment of my brother's career and the greatest basketball game I ever saw. This is Marcus Farrell live. Now tell me in the comments, what's the proudest sports moment your family ever gave you?